Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power's Hollywood villa was meant to be his sanctuary, a Mediterranean-style retreat nestled in the hills, offering sweeping views of the city below. Built in the 1930s, the home featured grand archways, intricate tilework, and a courtyard lined with towering palm trees. While Power, one of the era's most dashing leading men, enjoyed its luxury during his lifetime, the house's reputation took a sinister turn after his untimely passing in 1958. Rumors soon spread that the villa was haunted by the actor himself. Visitors whispered of eerie shadows moving through the halls, the faint echo of a voice that sounded eerily like Power's, and sudden temperature drops that sent shivers down the spine. Some even claimed to see a figure in period costume, perhaps a ghostly remnant of his swashbuckling roles, gliding through the dimly lit corridors. But the hauntings weren't the only unsettling thing about the property. Over the years, multiple owners reported streaks of misfortune, failed careers, financial collapse, and abrupt, unexplained illnesses. While skeptics dismissed these as mere coincidences, paranormal investigators who visited the home allegedly documented strange energy fluctuations and electronic malfunctions, adding fuel to the legend. Despite its storied past, the villa still stands today, a relic of Hollywood's golden era wrapped in mystery. Whether it's truly cursed or just another case of Hollywood folklore, one thing is certain: it has never quite shaken the ghostly whispers of its past. Marilyn Monroe. August 5th, 1962. Inside a secluded Spanish-style home in Brentwood, California, Marilyn Monroe was found lifeless in her bedroom. Official reports pointed to a substance-related incident, but whispers of conspiracy, foul play, and even a curse quickly took hold. Decades later, the house itself became just as infamous as its final resident. Built in 1929, the single-story hacienda at 12305 Fifth Helena Drive was constructed with classic California adobe, featuring red-tiled roofing and arched doorways. Monroe purchased it in early 1962 for approximately $90,000, her first home in Brentwood, though not her first property. She decorated it with a mix of Mexican and Spanish influences, filling the space with hand-painted tiles and rustic wood beams. Some say she was finally creating a place to call her own, a safe haven away from Hollywood's chaos. But her time there was tragically short. After her passing, rumors of eerie occurrences began to spread. Owners and visitors alike reported flickering lights, sudden cold drafts, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. Some even claimed to hear a woman's voice whispering in the dead of night. Paranormal investigator Richard Sennett once speculated that Monroe's spirit could still linger, drawn back by unfinished business. One particularly chilling story comes from a later owner who allegedly woke to the sound of muffled sobs echoing through the house, only to find no one there. Another visitor swore they saw Monroe's reflection in a mirror, only for it to vanish when they turned around. Whether these tales stem from overactive imaginations or something more, the house's eerie reputation has only grown over the years. Despite its ghostly lore, the Brentwood home remains a private residence, though it has changed hands multiple times. While some renovations have taken place, much of its original structure remains intact. Fans still leave flowers by the gate, drawn to the last place Monroe ever called home. Whether haunted by spirits or simply by the weight of its tragic history, the house stands as a frozen moment in time, forever linked to one of Hollywood's most enduring legends. Rudolph Valentino. Falcon Lair was supposed to be Rudolph Valentino's sanctuary, a Spanish Revival masterpiece perched high in Beverly Crest. Built in the 1920s, the estate boasted thick stucco walls, arched doorways, and a red-tiled roof. A dream home for Hollywood's original Latin lover. But dreams have a way of twisting into nightmares. Valentino purchased the mansion in 1925, pouring his passion into every detail. Yet his time there was fleeting. Just a year later, at only 31, he died suddenly from complications of a perforated ulcer, leaving Falcon Lair behind, or so people thought. Whispers of a curse began almost immediately. Strange occurrences plagued the estate. Lights flickering without cause, unseen footsteps echoing through empty halls, and the unmistakable figure of Valentino himself, spotted in mirrors or gliding through the corridors in his signature gaucho attire. Some say his presence wasn't the only one lingering. His beloved Great Dane, Kabar, reportedly howled for days after Valentino's death, refusing food inconsolable. Animal lovers claim that even after Kabar passed, his spirit never left. Visitors have reported the eerie sensation of an unseen dog brushing against their legs or the distant sound of mournful howls drifting through the night air. Falcon Lair changed hands many times, and with each new owner came fresh misfortunes. Financial ruin, personal tragedies, and sudden departures. Coincidence? Maybe. But the stories persisted. By the early 2000s, the once grand estate had deteriorated, its walls crumbling, its legend growing. Then, in 2006, Falcon Lair was demolished. But even with the house gone, some claim the land itself remains restless. Paranormal enthusiasts still visit the site, reporting chills, shadows shifting in the periphery, and the nagging sensation of being watched, as if Valentino and his loyal companion refused to let go. Jean Harlow. It was a house built for Hollywood's elite. 512 North Palm Drive, a Spanish-style mansion in Beverly Hills, crafted in the roaring 1920s with white stucco walls and a red-tiled roof. Its beauty masked a darkness that would haunt its most famous residents. On the morning of September 5th, 1932, Paul Byrne, a respected MGM executive and husband to Jean Harlow, was found dead in the home. A gunshot wound, a cryptic note, and a swift ruling of self-inflicted death. Officially, that was the story. But the note itself raised more questions than answers. It reportedly read, "You are better off without me," fueling speculation that Byrne's past had come back to haunt him. Some whispered about a scorned ex-lover, while others believed MGM orchestrated a cover-up to protect Harlow's skyrocketing career. Then, as if the house itself demanded another soul, Harlow's own life was cut short just 5 years later. At only 26, she fell gravely ill and died on June 7, 1937. The official cause? Acute nephritis. But her sudden decline, coupled with Byrne's mysterious end, ignited rumors of a curse, one that had already claimed 2 lives. Over the decades, eerie tales emerged. Visitors spoke of cold spots, disembodied whisperers, and an unsettling presence that seemed to linger in the halls. Neighbors claimed to see shadowy figures moving past the windows long after the house was empty. Even after renovations, the sinister aura remained, drawing paranormal investigators eager to uncover its secrets. Today, 512 North Palm Drive still stands, a relic of Hollywood's golden age, and a chilling reminder of the tragedies that unfolded within its walls. Whether cursed or simply steeped in sorrow, one thing is certain: its ghosts refuse to be forgotten. Carole Lombard. Perched in the rolling hills of Encino, California, Carole Lombard and Clark Gable's Spanish-style estate was once the epitome of Golden Age luxury. Built in the 1930s, the home boasted sprawling courtyards, red-tiled roofs, and grand archways, an architectural haven for one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples. But after Lombard's tragic passing in 1942, whispers of a lingering presence began to take hold. Lombard, a beloved star known for her wit and charm, met an untimely end when TWA Flight 3 crashed into Potosi Mountain. Gable was devastated, retreating into grief at their Encino home. Some say the sorrow left an imprint. Strange occurrences soon became part of the home's lore. Rumors swirled of flickering lights, unexplained cold drafts, and even the faint sound of Lombard's laughter drifting through the halls. Some visitors claimed to see a spectral figure in a flowing gown, always vanishing before they could get a closer look. The estate changed hands multiple times, but the eerie stories never faded. Later owners reported an unsettling feeling of being watched, and a few even moved out abruptly, though their reasons remained vague. Whether these tales stem from overactive imaginations or something more, the house remained a fixture of Hollywood's haunted history, until it was eventually demolished. Today, a new property stands in its place, but for those who believe in lingering spirits, the legend of Carole Lombard's ghost still haunts the land where her love and laughter once echoed. Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield's Pink Palace wasn't just a home, it was a spectacle. Built in the 1920s in Beverly Hills, the Mediterranean-style mansion was already a piece of Hollywood history by the time Mansfield bought it in the 1950s. But under her ownership, it became something else entirely. Draped in pink from the carpets to the ceilings, even the swimming pool bore her signature touch with "I love you, Jane," inscribed in gold tiles beneath the water. It was a dreamlike oasis, until rumors of a curse took hold. Mansfield's fascination with the occult only fueled speculation. Her public association with Anton LaVey, the enigmatic founder of the Church of Satan, sent tabloids into a frenzy. Though no credible evidence suggests she was a practicing Satanist, their infamous 1966 photo shoot, where Mansfield posed alongside LaVey, cemented the legend. Some whispered that LaVey placed a curse on her after an alleged falling out, though this remains pure speculation. Still, when Mansfield tragically lost her life in a car accident in 1967, the whispers of dark forces grew louder. The Pink Palace itself became a magnet for eerie stories. Later owners reported strange occurrences, cold spots, unexplained noises, and fleeting shadows moving through the halls. Some even claimed to see Mansfield's ghost, still wrapped in the glamour of her Hollywood days. The house changed hands multiple times, but its reputation remained. Finally, in 2002, The mansion was demolished, its walls are reduced to rubble, but some believe its curse didn't vanish with it. Even today, the land where it once stood is said to carry an unsettling energy, as if the spirit of the Pink Palace refuses to be forgotten. John Barrymore. John Barrymore's Beverly Hills estate, known as the Castle, was built in the 1920s, a grand Spanish Revival mansion perched in the hills, embodying the excess of Hollywood's golden era. With arched doorways, hand-painted tiles, and sprawling courtyards, it was a fitting retreat for the legendary actor. But after Barrymore's passing in 1942, whispers of a lingering presence began to take hold. Visitors and later occupants reported strange occurrences, unexplained footsteps echoing through the halls, doors creaking open on their own, and an eerie sensation of being watched. Some claimed to glimpse Barrymore's ghostly figure, still reveling in a spectral after-party, though no historical records confirm the existence of hidden tunnels or secret rooms. Rumors persist that the house had more to it than met the eye. Despite its grandeur, the mansion saw a string of owners come and go, each seemingly unable to hold on to it for long. Was it simply the burden of maintaining such an opulent estate, or was there something more? Though not demolished, the mansion underwent renovations, altering some of its original character. Yet even today, some say the land itself holds an energy that refuses to fade. Whether it's Barrymore's restless spirit or just the weight of Hollywood history, the castle remains one of Tinseltown's most enigmatic residents. James Dean. Perched in the Hollywood Hills, James Dean's Mediterranean-style villa carried an eerie reputation long before the young actor moved in. Built in the 1920s, the home was crafted with old-world materials, stucco walls, red clay tiles, and wrought iron accents, giving it the charm of a bygone era. But some say it also trapped something else within its walls. Dean, known for his fascination with the supernatural, allegedly spoke of an uneasy energy in the house. Friends recalled him mentioning strange noises at night, shadows that moved where they shouldn't, and a lingering sense of being watched. Whether these were the musings of a restless artist or something more sinister, the myths only grew after his untimely death. On September 30th, 1955, Dean left the house for the last time, climbing into his now infamous silver Porsche 550 Spider, nicknamed Little Bastard. Hours later, he was gone, the victim of a brutal highway crash. In the years that followed, the villa became a magnet for speculation. New owners reported streaks of misfortune, financial ruin, sudden illnesses, and personal tragedies that seemed to follow anyone who lived there. Some dismissed it as coincidence, others weren't so sure. Then came the sightings. Visitors whispered about a ghostly figure appearing in the driveway, right where Dean used to park his doomed car. Some claimed to hear the faint revving of an engine in the dead of night, as if the past refused to let go. Paranormal investigators have since explored the property, searching for proof of its haunted legacy. While skeptics call it Hollywood myth-making, the stories persist. The house still stands today, renovated but forever linked to the legend of James Dean, and the question of whether his restless spirit ever truly left. Thelma Todd. Thelma Todd had it all: wit, beauty, and a thriving career in Hollywood's golden age. But in December 1935, her life ended in a way that still fuels speculation. Her body was discovered in the garage of her Pacific Palisades home, slumped in her Lincoln Phaeton. The official cause? Carbon monoxide poisoning. But whispers of foul play have never fully faded. At the heart of the mystery is Thelma Todd's Sidewalk Cafe, a Mediterranean-style building she opened in 1934. Nestled along the Pacific Coast Highway, it was a glamorous hotspot for Hollywood's elite. But after Todd's death, the cafe's reputation took a chilling turn. Employees reported hearing footsteps echoing through empty halls. Some swore they saw Todd's silhouette in the upstairs windows, long after the doors had closed for the night. And then there were the voices. Low murmurs drifting through the air when no one else was around. Legends tease that Todd's spirit never left, lingering in the place she built. Over the years, businesses came and went, many failing within months. Was it poor management, bad luck, or something more sinister? Today, the building still stands, now home to Angelini Osteria. Its stucco walls have been renovated, but its haunted reputation refuses to fade. Some say the past clings to the place, a ghostly reminder of a star gone too soon. Lon Chaney Sr. Perched in the Hollywood Hills, Lon Chaney Sr.'s estate was as enigmatic as the man himself. Built sometime in the early 20th century, the secluded home was rumored to be a place of eerie silence, where shadows stretched unnaturally long and whispers seemed to drift through empty hallways. Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces, was a master of horror on screen. But some say his home carried its own chilling presence. Though no official records confirm Cheney ever spoke of hauntings, visitors and staff allegedly reported strange occurrences: doors locking on their own, cold spots appearing in the dead of summer, and fleeting figures glimpsed in the corners of mirrors. Some even claim the actor, known for his ability to transform into grotesque characters, had dabbled in the occult, though no verifiable evidence supports this. Then came the fire. In the 1930s, the house mysteriously burned to the ground. No definitive cause was ever determined, fueling speculation. Was it an accident, or was something more sinister at play? Some whispered that the land itself rejected the home, while others believed Cheney's spirit, or something darker, had unfinished business. Today, the ruins are a magnet for thrill seekers and ghost hunters. Those who venture there report an overwhelming sense of being watched. Some claim to hear faint, disembodied voices calling from the shadows. Others describe flickering lights in the distance, only to find nothing when they investigate. Whether the legend is rooted in truth or mere Hollywood myth, one thing is certain: Lon Chaney's estate may be gone, but its ghostly reputation refuses to fade. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford's Brentwood estate wasn't just a glamorous retreat, it became a lingering ghost story. Built around 1920, this grand Los Angeles home saw Crawford at the peak of her career when she moved in during the 1940s. But after she left, strange tales began to emerge. Multiple owners reported eerie disturbances: furniture shifting without explanation, doors slamming in empty rooms, and icy drafts that defied the California heat. Some children who lived there claimed to see shadowy figures in the halls, while others whispered of voices calling their names at night. Though no documented evidence confirms these hauntings, the stories persisted for decades. Some speculated that the house carried an energy from its past residents, while others suggested something even older lurked beneath the foundation. The mansion was demolished in the 1980s, but rumors claim the land itself remains restless. Whether fueled by Hollywood legend or something more, Crawford's former home left behind more than just memories. It left behind a mystery. Gloria Swanson. Gloria Swanson's Beverly Hills estate was the pinnacle of silent-era splendor, until whispers of a curse took hold. Built in the late 1920s, the mansion was a palace of excess, boasting imported Italian marble, towering crystal chandeliers, and sprawling gardens fit for Hollywood royalty. Swanson, a powerhouse of the silver screen, lived there at the height of her fame, but according to legend, the house held more than just luxury. Rumors swirled of eerie disturbances, doors creaking open on their own, cold spots appearing in hallways, and an unsettling sense of being watched. Some claim Swanson confided in friends about strange occurrences, though no records confirm she ever spoke publicly about hauntings. After she moved out, the stories only grew. Later owners reported unexplained whispers in empty rooms, flickering lights, and even shadowy figures glimpsed in the mirrors. The so-called curse. Some pin it on Swanson's turbulent personal life, her high-profile romances, financial troubles, and Hollywood's relentless pressure. Others suggest the land itself carried an ominous history, though no solid evidence supports these claims. What is true, however, is that the estate changed hands frequently, with several owners facing financial ruin or personal misfortune. Coincidence? Or something lurking within those grand halls? The mansion still stands today, a relic of a bygone era, drawing curiosity seekers and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Whether the stories are fact or Hollywood fantasy, one thing is certain: Gloria Swanson's former home remains one of Beverly Hills' most mysterious estates. Frank Sinatra. Palm Springs in the late 1940s was a retreat for Hollywood's biggest names, and at its heart stood Twin Palms, Frank Sinatra's sleek, modernist hideaway. Designed in 1947 by architect E. Stewart Williams, the house was a bold statement of mid-century luxury. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls, sharp geometric lines, and a piano-shaped pool that reflected Sinatra's love for music. But beneath the glamour, whispers of eerie occurrences have followed the estate for decades. Some claim that long after Sinatra's legendary parties ended, ghostly melodies would drift through the halls, as if the piano were still being played. Others insist they have glimpsed a shadowy figure in a tuxedo pacing the property, as if the chairman of the board himself never truly left. These stories, though unverified, have fueled the home's reputation as more than just a stylish retreat. The estate also witnessed Sinatra's tumultuous marriage to Ava Gardner, marked by infamous arguments. One particularly heated fight allegedly ended with Sinatra hurling a champagne bottle, leaving a mark on the bathroom sink, though whether that scar remains today is uncertain. Some believe the intense emotions embedded in the walls have left an imprint, stirring the strange energy reported by visitors. Despite renovations, stories of unexplained activity persist. guests and caretakers have spoken of cold spots, flickering lights, and footsteps echoing through empty rooms. While skeptics dismiss these as the echoes of an old house settling, others wonder if Sinatra's spirit still lingers, unwilling to let go of the place where he once ruled Palm Springs. Lupe Vélez. The Spanish-style villa in Beverly Hills was meant to be Lupe Vélez's sanctuary, a lavish retreat built in the early 1930s, complete with red-tiled roofs, arched doorways, and intricate hand-painted tiles rumored to be imported from Mexico. But after her tragic, self-inflicted death in 1944, the house took on a darker reputation. Neighbors whispered of eerie sobs drifting from the bedroom where Vélez was found. Some swore they saw a shadowy figure, wrapped in a flowing satin gown, gliding through the hallways as if searching for something lost. Even decades later, visitors reported flickering lights, doors creaking open on their own, and an unmistakable scent of gardenias, Vélez's favorite flower, lingering in the air with no apparent source. The house changed hands multiple times, but few owners stayed long. Some suffered financial ruin, others faced personal tragedies. One Hollywood producer, whose name remains elusive, allegedly fled after a string of bizarre accidents. Falling objects, shattered mirrors, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Despite renovations meant to erase its haunted reputation, the villa remains a magnet for paranormal investigators, each hoping to capture proof that the fiery starlet never truly left. Whether the stories are real or simply the echoes of Hollywood legend, one thing is certain: her presence still lingers in the minds of those who step inside. Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton's Beverly Hills estate was a marvel of the silent film era, until it wasn't. Built in the 1920s during Keaton's meteoric rise, the grand Spanish-style home embodied Hollywood luxury. Arched doorways, sprawling courtyards, and a lavish pool made it a playground for the era's elite. But by the 1950s, the house was gone, demolished, erased from the landscape. And yet, some say Keaton never truly left. Rumors swirl that his spirit lingers in the area where the estate once stood. Locals whisper about eerie laughter drifting through the night, a sound uncannily like Keaton's signature chuckle. Others claim to have seen a shadowy figure mimicking his famous pratfalls, as if the great stone face himself was still performing for an invisible audience. While there's no historical record of hauntings, the legend persists, fueled by Hollywood's love for a good ghost story. One particularly strange tale involves a neighboring property built after Keaton's mansion was torn down. Residents reported objects shifting on their own, lights flickering without cause, and an inexplicable sense of being watched. Could it be the silent film star refusing to exit the stage? Or just the echoes of old Hollywood myth? Whatever the truth, Keaton's legacy remains, whether in film reels or in spectral whispers carried by the California breeze. Dorothy Dandridge. The Chateau Marmont has always been more than just a luxury retreat for Hollywood's elite. It's a fortress of secrets, wrapped in Gothic grandeur. Built in 1929, the seven-story hotel was inspired by a French castle, its thick walls and shadowy corridors seemingly designed to trap whispers of scandal and sorrow. And few stories haunt its halls quite like that of Dorothy Dandridge. By the mid-1950s, Dandridge was a trailblazer, Hollywood's first black woman nominated for a Best Actress Oscar for Carmen Jones. But behind the glamour, her life unraveled. Financial ruin, failed marriages, and a career strangled by racism left her struggling. In early September of 1965, she checked into the chateau, reportedly battling depression and health issues. On September 8th, she was found lifeless in her suite. The official cause? A pulmonary embolism, likely linked to a foot injury. But rumors have swirled for decades. Some whisper of foul play, others suspect an overdose, though no evidence supports either claim. Even today, guests and staff report eerie occurrences in her former suite. Some claim to hear soft, sorrowful murmurs when the room is empty. Others describe fleeting shadows, just at the edge of their vision. And then there's the overwhelming sadness that lingers in the air, as if the walls still remember her final moments. While skeptics dismiss these as overactive imaginations, believers insist she never truly left. The Chateau Marmont has long been a magnet for Hollywood's restless spirits. Legends of paranormal activity stretch back decades, with guests reporting unexplained noises, flickering lights, and an unsettling feeling of being watched. Even after renovations, Dandridge's room remains a focal point for ghostly speculation. Whether it's just the weight of history or something more, one thing is clear: this hotel holds onto its ghosts. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.